Hi, my name is Brotheridge and I'm a hypnotherapist and a coach and an author. And I'm going to talk to you about stress and how it manifests in the body, and then share my 3 top tools for managing stress. Stress can very often show the first signs in our bodies, and a lot of the time when I speak to people, they don't recognise what the signs of stress are. And I think it's really important that we listen to our bodies and pay attention when something feels off. So the things that I hear from my clients that they notice in terms of symptoms of stress are headaches, shoulder and neck pain, backache, things like problems with their sleep. So perhaps finding that they're so restless at night time that they can't fall asleep, or that they wake up really early with a racing heart. I also hear people talk about issues with their digestive systems, and that might be symptoms like IBS, needing to go to the toilet more frequently or less frequently, or having stomach pains. I think all these things are really important to look out for, so that you can spot the signs of stress and actually do something about it. So stress isn't a problem when we experience it from time to time. When stress becomes more of a problem for us is when we're feeling stress all the time or for long periods of time. And for so many people, I don't know anyone who isn't stressed a lot of the time, to be honest. The reason that we experience the symptoms of stress is because of the fight or flight response. And this is where our bodies are perceiving something as being threatening. So this was very helpful, when we were evolving, to help us to run away from a threat or fight back. What's happening in our bodies is we're getting a big release of adrenaline and cortisol. And in our modern lives, we might get this fight or flight response being triggered by being late for a meeting, or having a pile of emails, or having to go to lots of job interviews. And obviously these things aren't life-threatening, but it can actually feel like they are, because we only respond to something that we think is a threat. We don't know, at a physical level that we're not going to die if we're late for this meeting, but it can actually feel like that. So I'm just going to share 3 tools for calming stress and calming the fight or flight response, and helping your body to get into rest and digest mode instead of fight or flight. So number 1 is to shake it off. Now, if you've ever watched your dog or your cat, or any animal in fact, go through something a bit stressful, you might notice that they shake their bodies really vigorously afterwards. And this is what animals do naturally to shake off their stress and to discharge the stress and tension from their bodies. Now, what we as human beings often do is just keep that stress and that tension in our bodies. Maybe we get into an argument at work and we just sit at our desks, and all of that adrenaline is still coursing through our bodies and creating tension in our bodies. So something that we can do is just take ourselves off to a quiet place, whether you're at home or whether you take yourself off to the loos at work, and just shake your body quite vigorously for 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. If you're at home, why not put some music on, dance around, really get into it. But it is incredibly effective for just getting rid of that tension, burning off some of that adrenaline, and helping you to calm yourself down again. So number 2 is a breathing exercise that I recommend to nearly everyone that I speak to, and it's called 7-11 breathing. And what we should really be doing when we're doing this exercise is to put our hands on our bellies and really relax your stomach muscles. And as you're breathing in for a count of 7, really letting your belly expand. So we're breathing really nice and deeply right into the lower part of our lungs, letting our bellies move out in the process. And then when we're exhaling for 11, just allowing your belly to flatten a little bit more again. And doing this, breathing into your belly, has this calming effect on the nervous system. And lengthening the out breath is really key as well here. So you want to be having a slightly extended out breath, and that has this rest and digest calming effect on your nervous system. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system and helps us to calm right down. So number 3 is to name and tame your emotions. So very, very often in our society, a lot of us don't really know how we're feeling. If we're asked how we're feeling, probably we're going to say busy, or I'm good, or fine, or not bad. And actually, very often we don't even know ourselves what we're feeling. And they found in studies that when we can actually label our emotions and name what it is that we're feeling, it has a calming effect on the amygdala. So that's the part of the brain that is responsible for the fight or flight response. So when you're thinking about how you are, or maybe when you're speaking to a friend or your therapist, or perhaps you can journal and just write about your feelings, it's really, really helpful to really try and put your feelings into words. And there's a tool that I like to use called the feelings wheel. If you just Google that, you can find the feelings wheel, which just lists every emotion that we can have. And try to look at that wheel and just think, what are two feelings, two emotions that I'm experiencing right now? And can I express them? Can I just label what it is I'm feeling right now? So this is just a really simple way to calm your nervous system down by getting to know your feelings better. So really keep an eye on those physical signs of stress, and know that there are so many little things that you can do to help yourself, from shaking to breathing deeply to writing about your feelings.